card I actually individually draw and put like little card stickers on.
Oh my God, that's so cute.
That's like the
So
first one.
insightful.
And
Mm.
then everything is like little, so it's all written with my left hand to look like a child's writing because inner child.
Wow.
And they're all related to neurodivergent things. So like it's not always my
Always wonderful.
fault.
Mm.
I'm driven. I give and receive openly. I choose my healing. Like I'm trying my best. My value is not tied to my productivity, which I'm sure you and I both need.
Thank you. That card was just specifically drawn to for me today.
Yeah, and it's hard not to, tie our value to our productivity because I'm assuming as, business people in this space,
Mm.
it is really hard and there's always going to be competitors or people bringing out new things, particularly with capitalism and the way that everything rolls in and out. So
Yeah.
it's tricky stuff.
It's so true though, and it's really interesting because yes, we definitely have neurodivergent people in the Spark community. We have non-neurodivergent people. I'm not, but even just that conversation, I've had so many conversations today about rest. So I had COVID last week and
Oh,
drives like being unproductive, it drives me bananas, sitting there going, I know I need to rest. I know I need to look after myself, but what about this to-do list?
yeah,
What
and I
about
mean, it
building the
stacks
empire?
up, right? And then it's this almost immense guilt for not creating something. And if you push yourself while you're sick, it just makes your sickness go longer, which is not really a fair thing, but it's also,
Oh,
it validates itself in the importance of rest.
it so does. And it's so infuriating that it's true. Like you're so much more productive when you do rest, but also that, like, if you have a day off, like the world doesn't actually end. I love that. I do love that card that your worth, your value is not tied to productivity because I feel like as business owners, we do measure ourselves against a to-do list, against items done, against revenue generated, not always the impact that we have in people's lives.
Absolutely. And I wish there was sort of like a measure for that. Maybe I create a resource around that.
Yes,
But
do
yeah,
it.
it's such a, yeah, it's a tricky thing. And I do think that it's hard to, when you are, I guess, the OG business owner as well, that's still overseeing everything. Because a lot of people do like to get managers that oversee, and then it sort of gives them that space between. But, I don't know about yourself, but for myself, I'm like, I need to be there. I need to make sure it's right.
Oh,
I need to make sure that everything that is being produced and created, it needs to be exactly how I want it. And then that's why I don't hire people, because then I know that I become this like really
this
irritating.
micromanager.
Yeah, exactly. Massive, massive micro.
Oh, I know. I try desperately hard not to, but I seriously, if I don't hear from people and what they're doing, I just sit there go, and that's all I think about. And I'm like, oh my God, that's you have them to trust them to do their job. Could you just focus on your job, Danny?
Totally get that. It's like, no, I don't trust them. That's why I'm worried. I need to know what they're
I
doing.
know. Oh my God, I love it. Do you have any tips? It's an interesting thought that popped into my head as a neurodivergent business owner for other neurodivergent business owners, like anything that's worked for you to help you manage overwhelm, manage stress, grow the business, anything like that?
Yes. So first things first, ideas. Have an idea book where you put down your ideas. Not all of them are going to be solid. Not all of them are going to be followed through, but keep them in there. Most of them are going to be good and you can tick them off. There's no like timeline to do it. Just have them
Love that.
there and accessible. You'll probably lose the notebook, but you'll find it again.
One
Um,
day when it needs to come back into your life, it will.
Will return when it needs to, spiritual guidance right there. So you could do that. Another thing that I'd say as well is sort of not burning yourself out through visualization. A big thing that neurotypicals actually do is the idea of visualization of your goals. And that's
Mm.
brilliant. And I think it's a fantastic idea. But ADHDers actually get the same level of dopamine through visualizing. And so we tend to like not do the thing because we've already got our dopamine hit.
Oh,
So it's
wow.
really important that we try not to visualize, but we try to action while visualizing because that's
Cool.
what's going to be doing it. So I don't know if you've ever seen like Instagram reels or TikTok videos of like cooking food and you're like, oh my gosh, that looks so delicious. I'm so keen to cook a meal tonight. And then by the time it's like been an hour, you're just like, I don't want to cook tonight.
Yeah, I'm over it. I'm
Because
full.
I've just eaten like 50 different meals, like virtually. So
Yeah.
it's a little bit like that. And I think that that would be another tip. And then I think my final one would be don't let a failure be the thing that completely crushes you. Like a lot of us do experience, and this is for everyone, I guess, experience this rejection sensitivity of, I'm a failure. I can't do this. It didn't work on the first go.
Mm,
I'm not privy to that. I experience it as well. But it's just about reminding ourselves, particularly if we're trying to set habits or routines for those of us who struggle with that.
yeah.
It's okay. Follow with continuity, not consistency. Shoot consistency away, because consistency is going to be unrealistic given different demands and different variable days.
Yeah.
For continuity, are you still working towards your goal? Are you still trying to do this? Is this not working? Cool. How can we adapt it? So it's really just about how can we keep progressing? And if there
Mm.
is a halt, amazing. How can we reflect on how we can change that gear?